Hey, I wanted to make a reservation at your restaurant over the weekend. Oh, there's a wait time. How long? 3 weeks? Oh well, that's okay. I think that's not a long time, so I'd have that. Thank you. The wait time to have a reservation at your favorite restaurant might be a couple of weeks. But do you know the wait time to reach gender parity in the world is more than 100 years? But what is gender parity? Let's find out. It's a numerical concept that concerns relative equality in terms of numbers, proportions of women and men, girls and boys, and is often calculated as the ratio of female to male values for a given indicator. So, for example, if the given indicator is personnel in leadership roles, a set company would achieve gender parity if the number of men and women are equal in those leadership roles. But first, let's go to the basics. Women make half of the world population, so why there isn't gender parity? Because it's not as simple as that, and it's certainly not about the numbers. According to the latest report of Global Gender Gap Index released in 2022, it will take around 132 years to reach full gender parity in the world, and that no country has yet achieved full gender parity. I mean, the average life expectancy in the world is 70 to 74 years, so that means that not everyone would be able to see gender parity in the world. Just sad. Started in 2006, the index has been tracking progress towards gender parity in the world. It explains the current state of evolution of gender parity across four key dimensions: economic participation and opportunity, educational attainment, health and survival, and political empowerment. If we study closely, all four dimensions are interrelated. That means if one key area is not addressed properly, the remaining will never be sorted out. Sadia Zahidi, the managing director of the World Economic Forum, says that societal expectations, employer policies, the legal environment, and the availability of care infrastructure has continued to limit the educational opportunities women can access, as well as the career possibilities they can pursue. Meaning that all the structural barriers sort of force women to go for selected career opportunities. And even if they end up having the careers they want, at a certain point of their career, they would end up choosing between career and all the other life opportunities. Meaning that all the structural reasons sort of force women to go for selected career opportunities. And even if they end up in careers that they want, they would not thrive because at some point in their career, they would have to make this tough decision to either choose their career or all the other responsibilities that life throws at them. But to understand this whole concept, we have to understand the meaning of gender equality and understand it side by side gender parity. So, what is gender equality? Again, there is a lot more complexity to understand this term, let alone using it to close gender gap. There's this long ongoing debate that women and men can never be equal or same.
Of course, women must earn less than men. They are smaller, they are less intelligent, and they must earn less. That's all.
But the thing is that all of these debates and arguments sort of steer away our attention from the main point. To make things clear, UN Women has introduced this definition that says that gender equality is basically rights, responsibilities, and opportunities are and should be equal regardless of the gender. So basically, it all comes down to two words: equal opportunity. Equal opportunity to decide, to access resources, to make choices, and to practice freedom. But are we really working towards that? The recent events prove otherwise. Ever since United States Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade decision that was the basis of establishing a constitutional right to abortion, many questions, concerns, and distress has been caused towards the implications of that decision on freedom to choose, democracy, civil rights, and health policies. American President Joe Biden even said that
the court literally taking America back 150 years.
And ironically, this example is from the country which is among the top 10 countries which are said to have closed the gender gap. This is really ironic. Because the right to life and health is actually related to the opportunities you would go for. And that brings us to another emerging crisis, that is the gender gap in the workforce. The Global Gender Gap Index states that the unemployment rates in women have increased. Secondly, women have more responsibilities towards childcare, and with increasing cost of everything, it has become really difficult to keep up with everything related to childcare. So eventually women have to make these hard choices whether they want to have like opportunities they want to go for or to stay with their kids. Though more women have been hired in leadership roles, the industries they are hired are selected. Same is the case with the political leadership. Though their number has increased in political participation, but that is again selected and not truly global. Another very important fact mentioned in the report is that women have unequal access to wealth building resources, such as banking, investment, inheritance and property rights, and financial literacy. And that is directly related to the phenomenon of gender pay gap, limited career trajectories, limited opportunities that they would go for, and certain life events. And this is not a surprise that women have been overrepresented in industries like education, healthcare, and underrepresented in STEM education. And lastly, but the most important thing, is that the stress level in women are higher than men. There's a lot to do in politics, economics, policy, and almost every sector has to work together to address all of these issues so that we can hope for gender parity. And in my humble opinion, we can never do something at a global level if at our homes we are not giving equal opportunity to women to decide about their future. So basically, it all comes down to the fact that how we treat women at our homes and how much we support them when it comes to making life decisions and career choices. And if everyone starts working towards this, we can maybe hope to reach equality and one day maybe even decrease the wait time to reach gender parity.